All right, so what's going on YouTube? Today we don't have any time to waste no bullshit. I'm gonna go ahead and do a little bit of my cardio real quick on the stationary bike, get warmed up, and we're gonna go right into bench press. Well, I kind of figured you guys probably didn't need to see anything below that. If you didn't tell, warm-ups are going incredibly today. Everything's feeling really light, feeling good in the hands. So we'll probably take 2 to 3 more warm-ups before our top single, which I haven't figured out exactly where we're going today. Haven't even looked at the program, but on to the next. You guys know if you see 374 pounds in the bar in a week 2 as a final warm-up, you know we're loading with something big. I'm not gonna lie to you, there's not a single thing to complain about there. That was an incredible week 2 single at 386 pounds, and we made that move fantastically. There's no hesitation. I made a couple minor adjustments as far as foot placement goes, how the bar is sitting in my hand, and they seem to pay off, so I'm curious to see how they'll feel on back downs and in later weeks of the block. But that was an absolute win. It's not the heaviest week 2 I think we've ever had, but it is probably one of the most successful we've ever had, so absolute win. Pretty laid back downs today. Probably just gonna take this for a single set to show you guys. I have 3 sets to do it, 5 reps each. So this will honestly be pretty light. I'm not even remotely concerned about this. I'm just gonna get through it as fast as I can so we get right into squat. All right, I know I haven't showed you guys much warm-up or anything, but we have 200 kilos in the bar. I guess technically 201. Things are moving pretty well. I'm still dealing with some symptoms, still dealing with a little bit of pain. It does seem to be currently bandaged by the belt currently, so at least that's nice. I still do feel like I feel strong. Even under the warm-up loads, like I do every single warm-up besides my final without knee sleeves, just for the fact that none of these loads that we've been using are remotely challenging in a sense like muscularly or strength wise. It's just genuinely the body is not enjoying the load. So I do think after this meet, I probably will take some time and just genuinely focus about trying to get my body back to as close to 100% as possible, because I'm not gonna lie, this pain that I've been in day to day, it's getting kind of frustrating. Like, it's been around too long, and I have nobody to blame for it but myself is the biggest part of it. So let's go ahead and take this final warm up and make that top set move 2 after. 468 loaded up in the bar. We have no other opportunity, no choice but to blow this up. Okay. I talked to my coach already. I kind of told him I have an idea of what I'd like to see for week 4 of this block. And I tell you what, I'm not going to let anything get in the way of that. So we have to blow this 460 up there.
That's not too wrong. Get you with it on. That's not me, man.
So honestly, pretty happy with the way the top set moved. 468 pounds, 212 kilo. It wasn't like the fastest or lightest it's ever felt in my back, but that's just how it's going to be right now. Obviously, I'm still probably dealing with some of the fatigue from the prior block, but beyond that, the back is just not 100%. So I'm going to be experiencing those things, and I probably will stick around for a while. But with that being said, I'm happy with how it moved. It moved a lot better than it felt, and I'd say it's pretty solid. I would absolutely say much better than last block's week 2 for sure. So we'll be doing 391 for the top back down for today's session. And then I can't remember what the set is below this, but I'll probably only show you guys this one, and then we'll get right into deadlifts. I'll talk a little bit more about the session afterwards. It's just I'm trying to let you guys see the meat and potatoes, and then afterwards we can sit down and talk about how everything went for sure. You know, one thing I've realized, especially over this time dealing with this back injury and just trying to recover from it, is, you know, I've always been used to my deadlift being kind of inconsistent from time to time. You know, whether it's they're showing up incredibly, block after block after block, or maybe I show up on week 1 and I'm incredibly fatigued to the point where I'm failing 200 kilos. So it's something I've always been used to dealing with as far as inconsistent like show up here, even though no matter what the programming may entail. Because I think me and my coach have come up with a fantastic plan to help me succeed, but the biggest problem has been is sometimes you just cannot control the externals enough to be able to show up 100% of the time the way you'd like to. And that's one thing I've had to come to peace with at times. And it's a difficult one because you feel like you're doing everything in your power to be able to try to succeed, but sometimes it's just not in the cards, you know what I'm saying? So with that being said, we'll be loading up to like probably low 4s today. We got 374, probably final warm up right here. We're probably gonna jump somewhere around 424, maybe 435-ish, but we're gonna keep it conservative because at the end of the day, this block, we want to try to make it into the 500s. And you know, I'm almost a 600-pound deadlifter. You know, on the good day around that meet, I probably could have pulled 573 there, you know? And I wanna get back there, I really do. That's probably the one that's affecting me the most besides squat. 195 kilos, loaded up. Week 2, top single. Let's make this happen. So if you guys made it this far in the video, I really do appreciate it. Obviously, I know the way this is recorded, it's not the most palatable for everybody, but at the end of the day, I'm here to try to show you my training and document the process of getting there to as high as I possibly can achieve. You know, whether I end up being a world champion one day or just even have the opportunity to podium at nationals in Powerlifting America, I'll be happier nonetheless. And this is just kind of documenting the path to getting there eventually, hopefully. But with that being said, we have 363 pounds loaded up in the bar. You see a yellow instead of a blue and a 2.5 just due to the fact that I want to be lazy and my back down's at 348, so this makes it easier to get there. So I'm not going to show you guys the final set, honestly, just because I don't really feel like it. No, I'm kidding. It's just filler at the end of the day. It's nothing impressive, nothing crazy, so I don't feel like you guys have to see it. So next time you guys will hear from me, we'll be back at the house and I'm kind of recapping the entire session. Sadly, I'm honestly not sure yet. I haven't decided. I kind of got to take a dump, and I don't really want to do it before my last set of the session, but I may have to. Really unfortunate, but I'll see you guys back at the house. I did forget to record the rest of the recap yesterday, so this is now Sunday morning, but I'm incredibly happy with how this training went, man. Deadlift was probably the weakest of the 3 links, but everything still moved incredibly well, and the body felt pretty damn good doing it, which is an achievement as of recently. Obviously, the lower back gets tired, hips are getting a little tired, they're a little beat up, probably because my hips are taking a little extra stress, glutes are taking a little extra stress, making up for the back right now, but it's not a problem. I've been pretty happy with it. We were able to hit 386 on bench at it honestly flew. It looked like an empty bar genuinely. Same thing with the squat. The squat we did 468 for a double yesterday. Not the heaviest week 2 double obviously we've ever done, but because usually at that point we're usually in like the low 5s, low to like, I don't know, that's 523. But nonetheless, man, I'm still incredibly happy with it. At the end of the day, we just need to take enough to be able to prepare ourselves for the next week, and that's exactly what we're trying to do. With that being said, though, even the back downs moved pretty damn well, too. And even going into deadlift, like, 429 is what we ended up taking, and it didn't move to the standard that I wanted, like, as fast as I wanted, but at the end of the day, it's still a relatively decent pull when you talk about what we've done in recent time. You know what I mean?
You know, we've only had one, I'd say, in the last few blocks, we've only had one really successful pull, and it was 463 for a triple. And that's the best I've felt. I feel like I've had a hard time replicating that, which is, it's okay, man. You know, one of these days, one of these blocks, we're going to be able to make it through, and the body's going to be in good enough condition to still be able to move some shit. So hopefully that'll be this one. We're trying to get into the 500s for deadlift, ideally. I think it's pretty possible. It's gonna be hard. I'm not expecting it to be easy, and I'm still kind of intimidated right now. And you guys heard me probably say that the last block as well when I was getting intimidated by doing that 529 triple. It's because it's most weight I've handled or had on my back, and literally, you know, at this point 15 weeks. It was 14 weeks when I did it, so you guys get what I'm saying. It can be a little intimidating at first getting back into that really top end, really high end lifts again. You know, it's going to be the same case when I have 600 pounds on my back again too. But at the end of the day, I'm excited for it, and I want this. So the thing is, I'm going to do what it takes. I'm going to take the amount of time that I need to be able to make sure I'm able to perform like that once again. But if you guys did make it this far in the video, I greatly do appreciate it. One more thing before I let you guys go. We do have the Black Friday sales going on. It is going to be for, I believe, 2 more days by the time this video is going up. So if you guys want to check out Gorilla Mind, if there's any supplements you even want to think about getting, or you're just getting low on stock and you want to stock up, go ahead and go check out their website. Their entire website is up to 40% off. You can use code SDF at checkout to also directly support me and save yourself some money. So I greatly appreciate it, and I will see you guys on the next video.